What Michael was saying, that there are issues which feel more pressing, I think, to the British public right now, and whether he did the right thing or not. But I don't think this is what he should be apologising for. There are lots of other things he should be apologising for.
Well, I think that's the case. You know, to be honest, I think there should be an apology and a commitment that we should never have lockdowns again. Many of the restrictions were about theatre. We know that there was a campaign of fear with the behavioural psychology unit, the imposition of nudge, an inability to have transparency. Parliament was suspended. We jettisoned the pandemic strategy. We were constantly had this repetitive narrative that you mustn't do this, that you'd get fines, anything from £100 to £10,000. I remember being a police officer a police officer embarrassingly asking me to get up off the park on my own when he should have been able to do much more important things. We know the country now knows, and we're beginning to see a lot of the things that have come out, that actually many of these measures were not required. If you look at what happened with Sweden, there were alternative measures, there were different approaches that we could have taken, and yet what happened was that we had these lockdowns and restrictions. Then the Prime Minister doubled down and he said, well, he wouldn't rule them out again, and perhaps there might be a variant that affects children. Again, disingenuous, because we know that still, you know, the elderly and the vulnerable and those with comorbidities are the ones most at risk. And I really think it's very problematic. I think if he is going to apologise and if he were to resign, it should be around the fact that lockdowns were imposed, that we were told 15 million jabs to freedom, but now we're being told that 5 to 11-year-olds need to have a vaccine. I'm not sure why. About a range of measures that have been damaging for the economy. And let's be honest, the cost of living crisis, whether to heat or eat, came way before Ukraine. That's exacerbating things, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's a frustration.